So, because of my okay, so let's get this slowly. So so I've already uploaded one of my video for today, the my vlog 65, but I have to do another one because it wasn't very clear, nor was it precise as to what happened yesterday. So yesterday morning I got up around 4:30, went back to bed, got back up at 5, had a shower, brushed my teeth. It's quite wonky anyway. Mm, that spot I wouldn't be able to see it because I had hair down here. But nah, I'm guessing I'll go bald. Anyway, so I had a shower, I had brushed my teeth, had a shower, and I went to my sister picked me up at 7:20. I was at work by 7:30. I don't know why she left early, but okay. So the shave is today. Do you like it? It's very sexy, isn't it? Anyway, so I went to work. I finished at, I believe, 11, I think. No, 10 o'clock. I came because I had an appointment with my family health worker or something, or my mental health worker. So he been through this mental health stuff before in his life. So he's saying live through. So these people have lived through this. So they're using their experience to aid others. It's like a teacher studying all his life and then teaching others. Pretty much that. Yes. Okay. So he didn't know much about Sri Lanka or the 30-year-old war that happened since 1980 to 2009. I was quite surprised. This planet knows very little about its own kind. So I explained what happened, and he took it all down. He wrote it down what we talk, and it was a, it was a, in my opinion, it was a neutral expression of what the war happened. So I expressed in my view what had happened and what the government had done, what the LTT has done, and on forth, what others have done, and what happened in all together. So that was that. So he took notes. This was around, I think, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So the next time we meet, I think we'll be meeting earlier. I think Thursday I have an appointment. So I also had another appointment yesterday. It was to view the apartment. So I'm gonna rent it out, but I need a few changes. So I'm getting rid of the carpet. I might get the carpets cleaned. If that doesn't work, I'll get rid of it and put wooden floorings, and I'll paint it. Get a table, remove the two beds, leave the big double bed in my other room, and probably take the fish tank with me. Leave the TV, and I'll be doing this before June. So by June there will be someone new in this apartment, renting it and providing me with some excess cash. Anyway, so I need to change a few addresses, and I don't know how I'm gonna do the bills. I'm on a contract with most of these companies. So with Shell Energy, I'm on a contract for 18 months, I think. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. With BT, I'm on a contract. With Anglian Water, I think I can cancel that, but I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but we'll have to find a way. So somehow I have to find a way because I really can't afford to pay £800 worth of mortgage for something that I can make 1,100 out of. Well, I think that's not the way to put it. I make 800 on my main job, plus the various other job shares, income. I don't make any YouTube income. Hilarious! Wow, I didn't intend to make YouTube income out of this channel anyway. So I make about 1,500 plus from my 3 jobs. I really should stop saying 3 jobs. So I volunteer at a shop. They give me. I volunteer because they pay me for the hours I do. So that's practically a job, but I don't pay any taxes for it. I should delete it anyway. So my three jobs involves my company, the BP garage, and my Asta job. And sometimes I go somewhere else to pitch in and help out. So the guy I work for, I used to help him out with deliveries and all that. So I just tick off the any item that's been there, any item that's missing. We call up the supplier and ask for credit or resupply that product that's missing, and I do that for. I've been doing that since uh, 2016, I believe. No, 2015. So for 5 years. It's a shop. I left it for a few months, uh, beginning of the corona, because it was too much, and my mental instability was quite terrible. Anyway, so the guy who came yesterday, Michelle, I don't know. He's 47-year-old man. He's from Ghana. He was adopted by He's half Ghanaian, half German. He was adopted by, I think, Dutch people. I don't know how that works. It works fine. You can find that more often than not. My hair is wild again. So we talked about things, how he would do things, or how we. So he said, "I'm thriving because," or well, he didn't use those specific words. He said, "You're doing well. It regards my mental health, and that what makes so how I operate every day. So I make YouTube videos every day on this one regarding my previous day. So we talked about that on my. I didn't show him this one because I don't want to. This is just for perseverance, just for to see how I do, if I can keep my word to myself, that I will make one video per day for 1 year, 365 year cycle. So I am 65 days into it. So let's see how this happens. So it will end in December somewhere this year. If I am either, let's see how my situation changes and how I do things. So we talked, and he said, "You're doing well, and that I will show my other colleagues about your YouTube channel." And I might even get a subscriber on the main one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It, it doesn't matter anyway. So we talked about Sri Lanka and its civil war, and how the government is currently treating it as a not as a civil war, but as a conqueror and a conquered. So basically, what they're doing is building infrastructure projects. That's welcome any day, but that with along with that, they're bringing the Southerners who hate us and who have who have diluted mind of how bad we are. So how they have a poisoned mind. So they have a poisoned mind from the local media group. Southern media, if you want to see it, look on Sinhalese media. So you can probably find a YouTube channel that says this. There's usually a army man, former military commander turned a politician. So this rear admiral of some sort, a rear admiral of the sea. He's a naval officer, former naval officer, retired. So he's going to be a future minister of some sort, and he says to the protesters, "We know where they live, we know how they do, we know we will either arrest them or shoot them, or we will have them imprisoned for people protesting against government's lack of action for their poverty. That's man-made, and and the fact that they have not reduced any spending on the military, and they've increased it recently. The war has been over for 11 years, give or take 11 years, in May 19th. So, and the defense spending has not decreased at all. It's been increasing ever since, and the public expenditure for normal people to alleviate poverty and aid people to provide opportunities has not at all improved or even non-existent, as far as I know. And the president is he's an alleged war criminal, and his brother, who's the prime minister, was the president during the time of the war, and he's also alleged war criminal, and everyone in the cabinet is war criminals. So they're basically alleged of shooting children and pregnant women and bombing civilians. If you haven't seen the Channel 4's Killing Fields documentary, I recommend it. Go watch it and educate yourself about these things. I've yapped on for 10 minutes. I think this is the longest videos I've done. Anyway, afterwards I had ordered something food. So after he left, I went to bed because I felt tired. I've been taking some early naps. I don't know why. Because I have nothing to do. I'm alone in my apartment, and if I were back home, I would probably play with myself, watching pornographic material. Anyway, although I don't sense anything, but it's weird. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Please, if you can voice your voice as it would take you. So currently, we're the Tamils across the world are asking public to voice your support for to reverse the Sri Lankan government to the ICC International Criminal Court for their for their mass murdering. So we don't mind, we don't want to do this, but we will do this because they have now accounted for 150,000 people, mainly civilians, and we know what happened to the fighters. They were taken with the government, and some of them are in camps without clothes. I think they get raped quite often, or their organs harvested and sold. There were some videos circulating on Twitter about naked men's bodies without, well, cut open men's bodies without organs, eyes have been gouged out. This was about, I think, 2011 or something. They were completely naked. Their chest cavity was all removed, and their eyes have been gouged out. And the women were stripped naked, raped, and shot. And if they are still alive, they're probably sex slaves in some camp. So what we want you to do, not much. Don't ignore us. You don't even have to help us. Just educate yourself about the world. You don't have to bury your head in the sand, because I think there's a German man who said something that still reverberates in my head. They came for the Jews. I did nothing because I was not a Jew. And it goes like that. So they will come for you one day, and there will be no one else left to speak out for you. If you can't speak out, or even just educate yourself, you don't even have to. Just voice your dissent somehow. I don't know. Thank you. Have a good day. I don't think this will be watched by anyone. Thanks.